Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Mayday Network. I'm Michelle Kinney. I'm here with Julie Roginski. We wanted to come and talk a little bit today about sort of something everybody's talking about. The Olympics are over and could not end without the United States of America embarrassing itself after winning the gold medal in men's hockey. Um, if you guys didn't see this, you know, the whole country kind of seemed really excited about this win, Julie. Um, we hadn't won a gold medal in the sport for men's hockey since 1980 when we beat the Russians at Lake Placid. Um, and then they went into the locker room with FBI Director Kash Patel.
And a whole bunch of Coors Light.
A whole bunch of Coors Light and a call from Orange Julius in the White House. And it all kind of came crashing down. Julie, thoughts?
Well, yeah, let me just say this. So I come from a big hockey family. My dad was an amazing hockey player in his own right back in the Soviet Union. I learned to skate truly before I learned how to walk. I mean, concurrently, like my dad, I grew up in Moscow, put me these little blades that would attach to my shoes that he tied to them and put me on a pond because that's where everybody learned how to skate and taught me how to skate and play hockey. I'm an only child to a dad who I think kind of assumed he'd have a son. So he taught me how to track people up and down the boards. Never taught me how to figure skate because he didn't, but taught me how to play hockey. I grew up, my father was obsessed with hockey. He was a huge Canadiens fan. Because I think when he was growing up, the Canadians were like the team they all, the Soviet Union is the team. And then I married somebody who's a season ticket holder to the New Jersey Devils, where Jack Hughes and Luke Hughes, Luke was not on the USA team, but Jack Hughes certainly was, scored the winning goal, is a star, goes to every single game. I mean, like a hockey widow, during the hockey season, which is very long, by the way. I have a son who is a huge Pittsburgh Penguins fan because of Sidney Crosby. So let me just say this. Hockey is a big part of my life and has been my whole life. And I love going to games and I enjoy watching hockey. I am a patriot of the United States, but I was rooting for Canada. And nobody in my house spoke to me about that. They were all very angry at me.
I was going to say that. Did they not speak to you just because it wasn't spoken about, or were they pissed off?
No, they were actually really pissed off. So yesterday morning, Saturday night, I said to my husband and I went out to dinner, and I said to him and my son when I came home, I said, look, I have been getting up at the crack of dawn. I don't know for how many days in a row, and I've been going to bed really, really late. So I actually want to sleep in tomorrow, Sunday. They both said, are you nuts? The game is starting at 8 a.m. We got to watch the hockey game. I said, why don't you two watch the hockey game and leave me to it by myself? They went into a different room to watch the hockey game at 8 a.m. But of course, my husband couldn't help himself turn on the hockey game here as well. So I basically hung out by myself watching this game. And I was rooting for the Canadians, and they were really pissed off at me. They're like, how could you? We're American. And I said, because I know what's going to happen. In the same way that I was rooting for Denmark during the first round they were playing, because I knew what was going to happen. And indeed, Michelle, it did happen. And I'm so sorry that this game that I love has been so politicized.
Yeah.
But from
everything else.
But from Donald Trump the White House putting out some stupid meme of Donald Trump on skates.
Oh my God.
Skating, checking the Canadians, from them putting out some meme about the American eagle savaging whatever I don't know if it's a Canada goose or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was a Canadian goose.
Canadian goose. All of that I thought was such bullshit and so smug and so not in the spirit of what this game is about. And listen, I love that Jack Hughes, first of all, let me say a couple of nice things. It's very nice that this team was in such symbiosis. It's very nice that they had the Johnny Gaudreau jersey that they all put out, skated around in after they won. It's very nice they had Johnny Gaudreau's daughters that they brought up on the rink, onto the ice with them. in order to make it clear that their dad had not passed away tragically, along with his brother, that he would have been part of this team. I love that. I love that you have the Hughes brothers playing together. Not a fan of the Kachucks. In my house, there's the bad Kachuk and the worst Kachuk because they're not clean players, but nevertheless, happy to see that the Kachucks also played together. So all of this was wonderful. And Jack Hughes gave this very, very nice speech about how much he loves being an American and how much he loves the United States. And I thought that was very nice too. All of that was nice. And then they went into the locker room, Michelle. And why don't we say what happened in that locker room? Where, by the way, they were joined by Kash Patel, who is a big hockey fan, but took a private plane to Milan.
A private plane, which it costs more than most people.
Taxpayers fund. I should say a taxpayer-funded plane. I shouldn't say it was a private plane.
Yes, a taxpayer's expense.
Yes.
I'm there on official business. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He's there to see the hockey game, and he wanted you to pay for it. He wanted you and me to pay for it. And in a trip, just the plane itself costs more to charter on a private flight than most people will make in a year. These are such deeply unserious people. You know, the thing is, like, Julie, I just got to say this before I play this. It pisses me off for so many reasons. Yeah. But number one, I'm tired of looking at this clown car of an administration full of people who should never, would never, ever be where they are based on merits alone. For the meritocracy bullshit that they never shut up about. They're all there because they kiss ass, and they're trolls and they're podcasters and they're unserious people. And I'm so tired of watching this. Like, it's so embarrassing and infuriating and a slap in the face to every single person in this country who works hard.
Yeah.
Who works hard to try to, achieve something in this world. And I'm not even going to get to the part yet, which we will play, of where they all laughed at the gold medal winning women's team. Let me just play this first. Courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Oh, I hate it here. I just really hate it.
Why is he in the locker room?
Why is he there?
Why is he there? Why is he there? I'm sorry. Let's just back up.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just back up. The Epstein files not released. Nothing more to see. Protecting a pedophile. Using his private plane to go see his little girlfriend sing at bar mitzvahs, whatever the hell she does. I'm not even joking. I think that's really what she does. She's
a hype dancer.
Yeah, at our taxpayer dollars.
Yeah.
I think we paid way too much attention as a society to the missing persons case in Savannah Guthrie's mother, in the sense that there are other missing people out there, but she's still missing. He's the FBI. She's the FBI. He's the FBI director. Somebody tried to break into Mar-a-Lago yesterday.
That part.
And got shot to death.
Mm-hmm.
And and by the way, there are men and women of the Federal Bureau of Investigation who are working their asses off. These are the most straight and narrow people on earth.
Yep.
And where is their clown of a director? He's using our taxpayer dollars to fly to Milan so that he can go and party with a bunch of 22-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
I even blame them. They're, but God knows how many concussions.
No, I do. I absolutely do.
Well, I don't blame them for partying with him because he just walked into their locker room. I blame them for what happened later, which we'll get to in a moment. But what the hell is going on? Could you imagine if this happened under a Democratic president?
No.
People like Megyn Kelly tweeting out, everybody's got to calm down. He's celebrating the United States.
Shut up.
Shut up. You know what? They're going to come back here and they're going to do a Canyon of Heroes thing in New York City, if that's what they want to do, parade. Show up to that for 5 minutes. Go sit on the reviewing stand. You're the FBI director. Why are you in Cortina? Why are you in Milan? What the hell is going on?
It's all a boys club. This is the thing. It's a boys club of people who have absolutely no respect for the American people. They have they see no value in your hard work and the money that we pay in taxes. And let's also just say it for another thing. Our athletes in this country have to fundraise on their own. We do not fund our athletes in this country like a lot of other countries do. So while the players have to work other jobs and raise money in order to compete in the Olympics to represent the United States of America,
yep,
our FBI director is spending thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yep.
To just entertain himself. That's it. He did nothing to earn his job. Nothing. Except have a podcast where he talked about QAnon and post photos of himself with boots on and showing his balls through his pants. Like literally nothing. So and also I got to give it the New York Times. I don't know if you can see this on my phone here. It says FBI director celebrates hockey victory as bureau stares down crisis. Now that's a headline, but then when you actually Google though, the headline that comes up says FBI director celebrates Olympic hockey victory on day of Mar-a-Lago shooting. Again, not to mention, I mean, and let's go back to the Charlie Kirk thing again, right? Where he's tweeting out, we got somebody before they got somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he in Mexico at the time? And was sending directives publicly when he wasn't supposed to be, which was against some sort of it created an international incident. And then when he gets to Utah and lands, he won't get off the plane because he doesn't have the right jacket. And then ends up having to take a woman's jacket that doesn't have the right patch on it. I mean, this person he's an idiot.
He's a clown. He
is a clown, idiot person.
And wait a second, before we get to the outrage that the hockey team visited upon their own American colleagues, I don't know how else to describe it. I just want to apologize to Canada for a moment.
Yeah.
Again, because I feel like this is what we do. I am so sorry. I am so sorry to my Canadian friends, to people who live across the border. You are better than this. You deserve better than this. You do not deserve to have a video of an American eagle savaging a Canadian goose. You do not deserve this. You do not deserve the President of the United States putting out some stupid Grok AI video, which is apparently what it was.
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll show it. I got it.
Yeah.
Rising up, back on the street.
I'm turning off the sound because I don't want to get a copyright ding. But if you're watching, you can see it. If you're listening, there is a big old fat Trump
in his tie,
in his red tie, performing hockey moves that I don't think he could make if someone had, if his life depended on it.
And body checking.
Oh my God, this is just so embarrassing.
And punching and fighting
Canadians. Physically assaulting Canadians. It is.
And of course, Eye of the Tiger is playing why? Because it's from Donald Trump's Mayday of the 1980s, because he has not ever had anything that's ever happened to his life after the 1980s.
Correct.
I mean, you know what? Gross. The leader of the United States is seen punching Canadians in the face. Gross. and he's tweeting Justin Trudeau and he's trolling Justin Trudeau. Like
I'm
what is this obsession? You know, by the way, I more and more I think this man. I've always said this. I think he's gay, and I think he's got this unrequited thing going with Justin Trudeau. And I think he finds
it's going on with a lot of people.
And I think he's got Justin Trudeau attractive. I think he finds him attractive, and I think
I think he makes him so uncomfortable that he doesn't know what to do with himself.
He doesn't know what to do with himself, so he sits there and he
lashes out.
Yeah, he lashes out at Justin Trudeau. This is like the little boy in.
Why else is he talking about the size of Arnold Palmer's penis and all this other stuff? I mean, it's just so weird and ridiculous. And again, like, this is where like they keep finding excuses to like talk about each other's bodies or like touch each other in a locker room or hit each other. Like, the whole thing is so weird and gross. And the fact that we're even having this conversation, Julie, like, maybe it's February and there's a lot of snow outside and I'm in a bad mood about it because the sun doesn't shine here anymore. But I just am so tired of these people. Like, yes, they're corrupt and they're awful and they're doing all these like dictatorial and authoritarian things, right? On its own, like, that's awful. But it's just this like clowning aspect of this that it's just so embarrassing and it's so beneath us as a country. But like, again, millions of people showed up to the voter rolls and or whatever you say, to the polls and voted for this again.
And why do we have to keep constantly apologizing to Canada? Like, this man is putting us in a situation.
It's awful.
Where we constantly have to apologize.
It's awful. It's awful. And just so people know, Kash Patel, so obviously there's been a lot of public backlash about this. People are like, what the hell? So he writes, I guess this was last night at 8:00, for the very concerned media, yes, I love America and was extremely humbled when my friends, the newly minted gold medal winners on Team USA, invited me into the locker room to celebrate this historic moment with the boys. Greatest country on earth and greatest sport on earth. So the thing that's crazy here is that he's lying, right? I mean, trying to say that like he's just kind of there. Ben Williamson tweeted, "This is the fourth public official event since Director Patel's arrival in Italy. And for those wondering, I have yet to receive any follow-up from CBS or MS Now, who purposefully misled people to think Kash was flying to Italy to hang out at the Olympics." And like, I don't know why they're trying to even say this. Like, that's a right-wing person, right? And they're saying, he's there to do official business. He's there, this is his fourth public official event since he arrived.
What official?
Why is he doing public events?
He's chugging Coors. I'm sorry, do we chug Coors when we do official events? Because I got to tell you, I have a job, Michelle, you have a job.
Yeah.
There's nothing that would make me happier than to have drinks while I'm doing official events.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't. Because I am a grown-up.
Right.
And this is the man in charge of our federal law enforcement, and he's chugging Coors at an official event. So if it's an official event, it's okay now to drink on the job. Is that what we're saying?
Right. And he's trying to make it seem, again, like, why is the FBI director doing all these official events over there? I don't understand. I don't get it. And like,
and then play the tape of what he said to Trump, because I think this is relevant, where he drops the F-bomb. I'll fucking bring them home. Just.
Which one is that?
Well, that's when Trump calls into the locker room.
Oh yeah, I have that one. I don't know. And like, I this is the thing that is just so exhausting to me. It's like, he does this thing, and I'm reading this tweet that I just read, that tweet from Ben Williamson. I forget who that is, but he's a MAGA person, and he's upset because the media is lying about what's going on. But the thing is like, he's lying. This is why he's there. He is there, and he just said it, that he was there to watch hockey. Again, and it's just,
what are we lying about? I mean, we all saw the video. So what are we lying about here? Like, I'm sorry. What's the official event of him basically being like, yeah, and playing that stupid song and jumping up and down with 22-year-old boys and men?
I know.
And
somebody in the chat just wrote, can you imagine Jim Comey doing this? No.
I mean, Jim Comey sucks too, so it's not like.
Well, no, he sucks too, but like in a completely different way. But I will say, Jim Comey took his job very seriously. So did Christopher Wray.
Sure, all of them.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. I guess like I'm just so tired of having these ridiculous conversations about these ridiculous people. Like there are serious, serious things happening in this country and around the world. And we are having to pay attention because this is important. We're having to pay attention to the director of the FBI, who is in charge of keeping the American people safe stateside. And
Yeah.
he could not be taking this less seriously.
Yeah.
Here is another video of him with one of the players.
Go, baby. Let's go, baby. Oh, Timber. We're live. We're live, Kash. Congratulations, let's go. USA. Let's go. Kash. Congratulations, let's go. USA. Kash. Congratulations.
I can't. And here's the other video, just so people know. So it's kind of hard to hear. But they call Donald Trump, or Donald Trump calls them. I don't know exactly which way it went, but they have a conversation. You can hear him. He's making jokes about the women's team. Somebody in the background yells, "Close the northern border." Let me play this.
Sailing through that sugar just like you did at the ice.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Now we'll do it at the White House anytime. What would really be cool, and we'll do the White House the next day. We'll just have some fun. We have medals for you guys, and we have to. I must tell you, we're gonna have to bring the women's team. You do know that. I do believe I probably would be impeached. Okay. But anyway, if you could work that out, I would be honored to have you. I'll introduce you to the whole.
I got it, boss. I got it.
So funny. It's so funny.
So funny to say. I got to bring the women's team. Ha ha ha. The women's team, I might add, has won just as many golds in its history in the last 20 years or 30 years that it's been allowed to play in the Olympics as the men's Olympic team has won in the 100-year history or more that it's been allowed to play.
Yeah.
So once again, the women are getting it done without any anything there.
It's always like this.
It's always like this.
It's like that with soccer. I mean, it's just, and here's the thing about hockey too, and I just want to say this as a cultural cornerstone here. Hockey had this really incredible opportunity here to bring in new people to the sport because of a TV show called Heated Rivalry, which is one of the biggest shows, not just in Canada, where it was released on Crave, and the United States through HBO picked it up right before it was released. It's being picked up by people like the Russians, gay Russians.
Where it's banned, by the way.
Where it's banned.
They're not allowed to be
are
gay.
finding ways to watch this show because of how important it is to them.
People are learning Russian, I saw, because of the show, because they're so in love with the Ilya Razov character.
Yes. And I have mutuals with somebody who works in the marketing department at the NHL. And this person said, and they're like, I'm so frustrated because I'm trying to help the NHL have this moment because they're so desperate to bring in more people to watch the sport. They've been waiting for their quote unquote Taylor Swift moment. And what happens? You have the entire gay community. You have women who watch the show because they feel safe and they're watching men express themselves and in a healthy way and in a healthy environment. And that's why the show is really hitting home with so many people. And here is this wonderful opportunity. And what does this sport do and the people who play it in this country? But prove themselves once again that this is a culture of homophobia and of racism, quite frankly. Hockey in this country is a very, 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 very white, very patriarchal sport. And it's unfortunate because it's a great sport. Hockey's awesome. I mean, I grew up in a place where a lot of people play hockey too. It's super cold and near Canada and everybody loves it. I grew up a couple hours from Lake Placid. It's all anybody ever talked about. I've been in that rink, but it sucks that the culture is like this. And I just want to throw up some tweets because people are just up in arms about this, rightfully so. San Kertan, I can't say your name. I'm so sorry. Congrats to the U.S. men's hockey. on winning gold and being the biggest losers of the Olympic Games. Quite the accomplishment.
Yep.
From Kai Lark, thank God for Alyssa Liu, because men really just tried to ruin the Olympics for any self-respecting American. From WH Kennedy 23, remember kids, our Olympic athletes had to fundraise to get their asses to Italy. Kash Patel did it on your dime. Let's see. From Matt Jimmy B, he was there on official business, quote unquote. Kash Patel's defenders. He is the effing director of the FBI. We've got a brewing cartel war on our southern border. Cuba's about to explode. The president is under threat from his own voters. Apparently, there are multiple national defense emergencies that warrant the use of Defense Product Act. And there's a giant billionaire pedophile ring that is yet to be arrested. Smashing beers with the boys needs to wait a few years until the job's done. Mike Nellis. The thing about Kash Patel flying to Milan to party with the U.S. men's hockey team on a private jet paid for with taxpayer dollars is that he's protecting billionaire pedophiles like Donald Trump and Elon Musk in the Epstein files. And this one really got to me the most. From Let's Talk About Pages. Hearing the felon in chief tell the U.S. men's hockey team that he would have to also invite the women's team to the White House or else he'd get impeached is such a slap in the face. And all of these men stood around and cheered on that call. And sure, some of them started chanting 2 for 2, but laughing and joking as the president blatantly disrespects their fellow gold medal winning U.S. women's hockey team. Effing gross. And whoever yelled, close the northern border, disgusting.
You know what? I hope that guy plays for a Canadian team because half these people.
Oh my God.
Team.
Yes.
And screw them. We'll find out who it was. We'll be able to isolate the voice.
Mm-hmm.
And that person's going to, I don't know, either they play for a Canadian team or they're going to travel to play a Canadian team. I mean, the break's over.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's not going to be fun for you.
They're resuming the schedule this coming week.
Yeah. I'm like, whatever teeth you had left, I'm not sure you're going to have any more.
So good luck to you, whoever you are. We'll find out. And I don't know.
Benny Johnson, by the way, too. This is Benny Johnson, podcaster Benny Johnson, former employee of BuzzFeed who was fired for plagiarism. He posted the video of the team. I believe that they're singing, I don't know, the national anthem or something during the medal ceremony. I don't know what it is. He said, "This is my culture. It's called white boy summer or winter or whatever. God bless Team USA."
Michelle, who's going to tell Benny Johnson that the hero of these Olympic Games, Jack Hughes and Quinn Hughes, who's going to tell him that they're Jews?
Right.
Who's going to let Benny Johnson know that the reason that the United States beat Canada was because of a Jewish player?
Mm-hmm.
I'm grossed out by everything. I'm grossed out by them. I'm grossed out by the United States. I'm grossed out by our behavior towards Canada. I'm grossed out by the fact that we have a president who's sitting here trying to pretend that he has somehow taken credit for this big win. I'm grossed out by the fact that we have massive emergencies on our southern border all across this country. We have a pedophile ring, and that the head of the FBI, who should be laser focused on this, is running around getting wasted like a frat boy in Italy. It's hilarious to me because that loser could not have gotten into a frat party to save his life back in the day, and now is basically using his storm his way into like the locker room to be with the cool kids.
Yep.
I'm grossed out by all of it.
Yep.
And and this is why I rooted for Canada. And it doesn't make me less American. It actually makes me more American, because until this country gets its act together, there's no reason that we need to support this bullshit.
Exactly. And here's just 2 more things here. These are from threads from Marin Clayco. The locker room footage of Team USA's men's hockey says a lot about how they act when people aren't watching. You don't deserve to be on the same ice as Canada, and your women's team has more class than you will ever dream of.
Yep.
And from T's Feral Mind says, Trump calls men's hockey gold winners, invites them to the White House, then jokes about inviting the women's team. Guys, laugh it up. Facts. U.S. women medaled every Olympics since 1998, three gold, including 2026. U.S. men, first gold since 1980. And I'm just so tired of living in a world where we have to constantly make the argument that we are worthy of literally anything. That's the other piece of this that just makes me infuriated, Julie. And I saw something today that was like, imagine being the wife of someone of a man who needed to have a daughter in order to learn that women are people.
Oh, you're talking to the wrong person, because when Gretchen Carlson and I were trying to pass her two pieces of legislation, the only two pieces of Me Too legislation that passed the Congress, you would not believe how many people we spoke to who were like, well, as a husband or as a father,
as a father of a
how
daughter.
about as a human being? How about as a human being?
The amount of men that I have heard say that, the amount of men that I've worked with or for who have said things like that. I'm like, oh, you needed to have a daughter in order to see us as human beings? Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
And they're protecting, Kash Patel is, when he's not busy getting wasted, what's happening in the Epstein files, because as we're talking right now, breaking news, Peter Mandelson, the former ambassador to the United States from the United Kingdom, just got arrested, also for leaking information, apparently, to Jeffrey Epstein. This is not about, neither Prince Andrew nor Mandelson were arrested for pedophilia. They were arrested for national security issues.
Right.
But the noose is tightening. And the point is, you have the man who was once second in line to the throne, and not just the former ambassador to the United States, but a mentor to the current prime minister, whose government is teetering today and has been because of Peter Mandelson. Both of them were arrested, cheek swabbed, fingerprinted, mugshot, and spent a good chunk of time sitting in a prison cell.
Yep.
Until they were sprung.
And to Kash Patel and Kristi Noem and Stephen Miller and everybody else that is a part of this criminal administration, this pedophile child sex trafficking ring cover up. And this is a cover up. And Julie and I say this all the time, I will say it again. There needs to be trials. There needs to be tribunals, and your time is coming.
Yep.
Your time is coming. There will come a day when you will look back at the day that you were in the locker room with the U.S. men's hockey team, pouring beer all over yourself like you were in a Van Halen video, wishing that you could go back there, and maybe wishing that you had thought about your moves in this world a little more carefully.
Let me just say this. I don't know if I ever told you this, Michelle. I actually got my start in politics working for the Labour Party in London.
I did know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am deeply and was deeply devoted to the Labour Party. Bring it down. If Peter Mandelson, if people knew about this, bring it down.
Burn it down.
Because what I don't appreciate is this partisan bullshit where we somehow have to protect people because we wear the same jerseys they do.
Yeah.
Bring it down. So
At
Kash
that.
Patel, get your ass back here on the taxpayer dime. Apologize to the men and women who are working their asses off to do your job for you while you're wasted in Cortina, pounding beer and going like this as though you had something to do with this win. You complete and utter fraud who probably could not lace up a pair of skates. Just go.
Just go. And to the rest of the athletes who sacrificed so much, not just in the last 2 weeks, but for their whole lives in order to get where they did to represent this country, and even to those who spoke out against the atrocities that this government is committing on a daily basis. I thank you. I commend you. I congratulate you for winning your medals, not winning your medals, for just showing up. Because to end the Olympics on this note is truly, truly a disgrace. It is a disgrace and an embarrassment. And I just holistically, like this all, like, it's all connected, right? I mean, all of it, from Kash Patel being there to Peter Mendelsohn being arrested to, bring it all down, man, because there has just been there's a real evil that's propping this all up, and I'm exhausted. I'm
Yeah.
embarrassed.
Yeah. And now all of these, all of these guys are apparently going to be the State of the Union.
Oh yeah, yep. They'll be at the White House, State of the Union.
Fine. Validating this president, just so they know. You're going there and validating him. You don't need to go. But you think it's pretty cool to have a private plane sent for you and flown you up to Washington so you could sit there and the president can point to you as the best of America. He is exploiting you. And he's using you to not just score points for himself politically, but to attack our ally to the north with whom you play the game. How many Canadians do you have on your own team?
Yeah.
All of you.
And not to mention, these players are going to go back to their multi-million-dollar salaries in professional hockey, and the women are going to go back to not that, because the women don't have that safety net. And it's just like, again, this administration, didn't they ban the word women from being used? Like, it's just everything. I'm so angry today, Julie. I'm just so angry, and I'm horrified, and I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed.
And so the next time somebody yells at me for not being a patriot because I wasn't rooting for the United States, this is why. This was so foreseen. This was so, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to know how this was going to go. So there you go.
They're very predictable.
Very predictable. All right, friends, we will try to be in a better mood the next time we come back.
I might try to go outside, Julie, into a snowbank and see if I don't get swallowed up in one. So pray for me.
I sent my husband out to the store across the street. He came back with some food. I will make it now, and that'll be that. And as you can see, I'm not in my usual little perch here doing this from my bedroom, because I have my son home and my husband home. It's snow day, and apparently whatever they're doing out there is more important than whatever we're doing here. So I'm in my bedroom. All right. And on that note, if you want to find something else to be pissed off about, Judge Eileen Cannon in Florida just announced that she would not be allowing the release of the council report of how Trump mishandled classified information.
The never-ending flow of just...
Yeah, she'll probably be our next Supreme Court justice. All right, friends.
I don't disagree.
Okay. See everybody. If you are in the Northeast, I'm looking at my window right now. The snow is coming down really heavily. I've not seen weather like this in a really long time. I feel Canadian today, Michelle.
Listen, welcome. Just really quick. I had somebody on. I wrote something lovely on Threads last night because I was sitting up. It was 2 a.m. and just everything's been silent. Anybody who watches the show, you hear the sirens all the time. You hear all the nonsense going out, and it has just been completely silent. And of course, people are like, not where I am, and you must never have experienced snow before. I'm like, I grew up in Watertown, New York. I went to school in Syracuse. So keep your snarky comments to yourself. You don't know who you're talking to. And I will say, outside today is very Syracuse. It's a very Syracusey kind of day. But in New York City, we are not used to this kind of weather. And it really does paralyze the region. And I just want to say shout out to our first responders and to the sanitation department of the city of New York. Your guys are doing a hell of a job. And thank you so much for everything you do to keep us safe and moving. So
bye, everybody. See ya.
Bye. Bye.